Hey readers, you've been working so hard on comparing and contrasting. I thought it'd be fun to review prediction that we did about 2 weeks ago. So if you look at this little second slide, there are 3 different pieces of clothing and a penguin. And the first piece of clothing is a pair of shoes, and it says, look at the title of your book and make a prediction. So you can choose any book that you want. You can choose a Get Epic book, reading A to Z, or maybe a book that you have at home. And you're going to do this activity with your own book. So I chose Tooth Trouble, and I looked at the cover, and I see that this character has his mouth open with a frown and his fingers in his, holding a tooth, it looks like. So I am going to predict, and you can just tap in the box. You don't need to tap your texting tool. I predict that the boy has a cavity. And why did I think that? Those are my clues. Okay. The boy was holding a tooth and looked upset. So that's what made me think that, because I don't really like going to the dentist. So I thought maybe he doesn't like going to the dentist either. Okay. And now I'm going to go ahead and read the first page, because on your clothing there's a shirt and it says read the first page and make a prediction. So I'm going to skip what really happened right now, and I'm going to go on to my second set of clothing, and that says to read the first page. Today, when the bell rang at the end of recess, my best friend Robbie came running into the classroom and almost knocked me over. Hey, watch it, I said. Robbie was jumping up and down and waving his hands in the air, shouting, I lost my tooth! I lost my tooth! He was holding the tooth between his fingers, and he stuck his arm high in the air so everybody could see. So what really happened was, I'm going to make my next prediction. I'm still going to skip what really happened. And my next prediction is the boy, I'm going to say Robbie's friend, his name was Robbie, lost a tooth at recess. So I think he will put it under the pillow for the tooth fairy. Okay, so that's my next prediction. I'll try to make it smaller. There we go. And the clues that led me to that are simply kids love to get money or toys from the tooth fairy. So that's really not something I got from the story. That's just something I already know. Okay. So now the next piece of clothing is a hat, and it says read the next 3 pages. So I'm going to find out what really happened and put it there after I read those pages. Let me see, said Jessie. Robbie smiled really wide, and sure enough, there was a big bloody hole where his baby tooth used to be. Ooh, said Chloe, backing up. That is disgusting. Get away from me. You're going to get blood on my brand new velvet dress. Is there a lot of blood? Robbie asked, smiling. Just then, Mrs. Wushy, our teacher, came over and said, Oh, it's just a little bit of blood. Why don't you go over to the sink and rinse your mouth out with water? Just swish and spit, but don't swallow. Yeah, blood is cool, said Jessie, but you don't want to drink it. You'll get a stomach ache. Actually, blood is mostly water, said Robbie, so it really won't hurt you. Robbie is a science genius. He's read about 1,000,000 books, and he knows everything about everything. But only Dracula actually drinks blood, I said. And so does Mr. Pendergast, Max said, laughing. Mr. Pendergast, in case you don't know, is our principal. We call him the skunk. His hair is black, except a thin gray stripe that runs right down the middle, but that's not why we call him the skunk. We call him the skunk because his breath stinks. Whenever he talks to you, you think you're going to pass out from the smell. Here's a bag to put your tooth in, Robbie, so you don't lose it, said Mrs. Whooshy, holding up a plastic sandwich bag. You have to keep it safe so you can put it under the pillow tonight for the tooth fairy. Once you're finished, then come to the rug and you can sign the big tooth. The big tooth. I hate that big tooth. Mrs. Whooshy puts up a new tooth every month, and you get to write your name on this big paper tooth every time your tooth falls out. Okay, so that was 3 pages, and I think my prediction was right. Robbie did plan to put the tooth under his pillow. Okay, now I need to make another prediction. Okay, so I think that Freddie is jealous of his friend because he lost his tooth. So what might he do since he's jealous? Robbie seems jealous, so I think he will be mean to, no, that's wrong. Freddie seems jealous. He will be mean to Robbie. Robbie's the one that lost it too. Okay. So then you're going to read another page or two, and I guess I should say why I think he's going to do something mean to Robbie. He said he hated the tooth poster. Everybody gets to write their name on the tooth poster, and he seemed kind of hateful about it. So then you're going to read another page and then see if I'm going to read 3 more pages. I'm not going to do that with you right now, but I'm going to read 3 more pages, and then I'm going to write what really happened. Okay? So the point of this activity is for you to be thinking about the story and clues about what you think might happen next. Have a good time with this activity.